Hey. Hey, Kentucky. How are you doing, babe? Hadley. Hi, sober. I'm doing okay. My leg hurts, but I'll be alright. How are you, sober? I'm exhausted. I'm with two girlfriend, me too. I'm just telling you, I'm busting my ass to try my best to get all of this done before surgery. Okay, there's not very many people in here, so I'm gonna ask now. Do I, especially you sober, tell me, do I correct or do I just don't deal with the drama? I can't fucking understand why people spread misinformation so bad. Like, it's insane. And the fact that they're sitting there going, it just really doesn't make sense. Yeah, it really doesn't make sense because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Let it go. Let it go. You don't deal with trauma. It's, girl. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, my cat just peeped. They do. So, allegedly, my husband was born in 1990, which throws the whole timeline off in the fact that she's allegedly bitching at me, stating that I was with a minor, but then you made him older than what he is, so technically he wasn't a minor then, right? They got my child's birth. 2? How many of the children did they do? I think they only did 2 of the children's. No, they did 3 of them. Every single one of them wrong. Like, just make it make sense. And my husband's birthday, they got that wrong too. It's what they do, though. Because they're not talking about my children. They're talking about my parenting, not the kids. What? What does my parenting have anything to do with ages? But, like, my husband spit his coffee out this morning because I was listening and they said, and Nathan was born in 1990. So that means in blah, blah, blah years, he was 17, right? No, like, you're so fucking wrong. I've even showed a picture of his ID. I just, what? Thank you so much. And that's something about Jacob. Jacob would have been 4. I don't remember exactly how it was said, but no. Exactly. Here, hold on real quick. I'm going to go. I'm going to go take a screenshot. I'll be right back. Because I'm cleaning. If my clothes really bother you that much. Okay. So, It's really fucking hilarious, guys. But then it's not, because like why report on something and then just fuck it all the way up? But that's not it. Hold on. I think, am I going backwards or forwards? Nope, not that one either. Okay. She says that my firstborn was born in 2004, December 4th, 2004. No, the fuck she wasn't. Her birthday is December 3rd, 2003. They don't bother me. I'm just wondering. Oh, you're good. And then said Jaden's birthday was the 15th of June. At least she got the year right on that one. Oh, yeah. Some word. Hold on. Oh, and that I was married when I had Jaden. So therefore I cheated on my husband. No, I didn't. I wasn't married. I wasn't married until I was pregnant with Jacob. What? Look, I'm talking to my husband. I was texting to my husband. Look, I'm talking to my husband. I was texting to my husband. Anyway, that was funny. Regardless, she said it didn't make sense. And she's right. It doesn't make sense because she doesn't know what she's talking about. But the fact that I proved my age and my husband's age, I can prove my children's age too. I don't know. It's just so fucking stupid. It really is. Thank you for the follow, sweetheart. Hey, stay happy. Let's see. I just see my notebook somewhere. Oh, it's over here. But like we listen, so many people listen to this, and she's credible, and she makes sure it's all 100% correct. No, the fuck, she did not. Lordy, lordy, look who's starting. This is just insane. But like, why is it like so many people, if I would have said something wrong, which I have, if I didn't go and apologize or take accountability, there would be so many people up my fucking ass. But when I corrected her last time, oh, it was just semantics. But is it semantics now too? Probably. Probably. Oh no, y'all tell me. That's not what I wanted to do. Thank you. Hi, Fred. Emma. Yeah, I haven't been on very much. What email is this? Good to see you too. Okay, hold on really quick. I'm going to send these to... Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Back. I'm back. I love back. I'm back. I love my lives being this way. It's so peaceful. I don't have to worry about a bunch of bullshit. I love it. Like it. I love it. I want some more of it. I try so hard. I can't rise above it. Okay. Like I said, fucking poop. Okay. Like I said, fucking poop. Okay. Hold on really quick, guys. All right. Anyway. BRB. Be right back, y'all. Hello, mate. Sorry. Hey, Peach. Hey, Cheryl. Can somebody just, I'm doing okay. Trying to figure out, should I correct somebody or, I really want to. Because it's so fucked up that they lie on me so fucking much, dude. Yeah. Oh, my stomach. He's hungry. I'm sorry, I can't do this. Paper. Hold on. Oh, by the way, to the... Never mind. What are y'all doing? I swear to God. I restarted because I got a violation. What the fuck? Shit. I don't know if I should leave that in there or not. Title. Oh. Look. To the person that was in here earlier. Like, see? Fleetwood, right? And then look at that crazy shit. My name. Somebody tried to tell me I didn't own my house earlier. Okay. Anyway, sober, tell me. I just let her be dumbass and everybody believe that something is true that absolutely isn't. I mean, hell, what am I kidding myself? They won't listen anyway, I guess. Right? I'm just so fucking over it, dude. can't believe they don't already. Like, this is fucking ridiculous, dude. You did this whole fucking series on me, right? But can't get a goddamn thing right. Not one piece of it can you get right. But you're going to stand there and be like, oh, I don't put out information unless I check it. Bitch, excuse me. My oldest child's birthday is not December 3rd. My second to the oldest child's birthday is not June 13th. I mean, June 15th. Sorry. Yes, my son was 4 when me and my husband got together. No, my husband was not, I think you said 20 in 2010. But if he was, that's the year we got together. So therefore, that would make the whole bullshit about me being too old or whatever wrong. So which the fuck one is it, dude? Where the fuck? I feel like I guess I took them out and put them somewhere. Come on. I just don't get it. I don't. Am I supposed to get it? She said gossip. That's funny. I can't find what I'm looking for. Oh, it's not going to ruin my day at fucking all. But it's just weird. I don't know. If you don't know it, then why the fuck do you act like you do and then put out incorrect information? Like, you always fucking... Okay, girly. Tell people don't say shit without facts. So, how did you get Olive? Oh, I'm sorry, love. Can I please join the live? I don't know you like that, bro. Dude, she said... She said that, okay, she misunderstood the whole text thing. And then she said, Mackenzie's birthday. I'm not a bro then. Huh? I just don't know you like that right off the rip. She said, my oldest's birthday was December 4th, 2004. And she's using these to, like, shut down my timeline. But the point is, she doesn't have the dates right. So she can't do a timeline, period. Anyway, December 4th, 2004. That is not correct. And then she said the other one's birthday was June 13, 2005. Also not correct. At least she got the year right on that one, though. And then, hi, Green Eyes. You come in to listen in. And then she said something about that I was married to my ex-husband when I got pregnant with Jaden. That's not true. I was not married to my first husband until I was pregnant with Jacob. I was like just a few months pregnant with Jacob. And then we got back together in 2004. I'm sorry, I don't know how to operate this thing. And then, oops, that was the wrong. I needed to go big. I need to go big. Oh, no, I got it. Oh. Here. Bug me. Download. And then she said I got 2 stories different. I don't know. Oh, she said something about Chloe's age. Yes, ma'am. She said something about Chloe's age, but that wasn't right either. I accidentally deleted that. Oh, she said Chloe wasn't 2 when me and Nathan got together. Chloe's birthday is in 2008, and me and Nathan started dating in 2010. 10 minus 8 is 2. I'm pretty sure. But, you know, math will always math. And then she started adding like random years for somehow, some way. I don't know. It's just stupid to be stupid, I guess. It's ridiculous. Hadley, stop, bro. And no, I hadn't spoke with my husband before that. What is it? Not being rude, but how long did it take your dentist to pull all your teeth? Mine wasn't like that. Mine was, I ended up with them pulled one by one. And then I went without teeth for 2 years. Oh, and okay, so any of y'all who are out in the dating world, do you, in like the first little bit of like talking to each other, do you come across the subject of how old are you? Like, is that just like a routine question? I am married. We've been together for 15 years. See, I don't know. I hadn't dated at all. I didn't ask an age. It just, okay. I mean, I'm happy for y'all. I never thought to ask. Oops. But then again, I didn't plan on dating. Oh, but like before meeting a person. Again, I haven't dated. Like, me and Nathan got together and we lived in the same apartment complex. I hadn't dated like that at all. Oh, my back is killing me, y'all. Let me get some ibuprofen. But yeah, just like, you know, that one time where they try to drag my booty hole and because I didn't run a background check on somebody before I talked to them on the internet, even though I didn't like talk to them, you know. Back in the day, I never asked. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think to ask. I just assumed, and that's my issue, obviously. But no harm, no foul. Here we are 15 years later. Strong and proud. Common sense. Okay. Common sense ain't so common. just like I would ask him. I knew he wasn't married. Come on, do this just time. Nope. And he did what I assumed had a kid, but he really didn't. It was a nephew. But again, I didn't plan on getting into any serious relationship at all. Again, I've been locked down for my whole life. Oh, and then she looks at the camera and says, Jacob was 4 in 2010. I was like, yeah, he was born in 06. Actually, here, let me do this. This will be the easiest way to do this. Hold on. Excusez-moi. We're just going to listen. I'm going to answer questions as we go. And I'm serious. If y'all have any questions, let me know.
He's a dreamer, Frank. Well, though our relationship did not start in one of the most best ways.
Come on. Back we go.
Hi, just a little bit of an update. First, I made some changes. I am 4 hours long and do go into, so if you do have any, that will be completely.
Apparently somebody asked what it was about me, why everybody hates me or something like that. And
They're doing good.
someone gave a short story that I'm a child groomer that groomed my husband since he was 16 while I was still married to my other husband, my ex-husband. Are you listening, baby?
That's the only answer they had? Because I personally think that I could give a solid 5 before that one. The fact that you scammed thousands of dollars, borrowed more thousands of dollars from people on the internet, lied about being a drug addict, risked everybody's lives on the road, abused and neglected your children, lost them for 3 years, then decided that everything was better because you went on that medication. That's just a start. Do you know how many times I've heard you
All
tell
of them.
different stories about the way that you met your husband? I wonder if you realize even that
They're ranged from 21 to 4.
the series of events and how bad the timeline that you
How do I
gave, how wrong
get it
was.
to speed
Strange.
up?
Real quick, just a
There
real
we go.
question for anybody in the comments that may have been married or are married. Do you remember the events of meeting your husband? I am no longer married, but I could pretty much to me that I stand on that. Let's say that. And you're going to see why.
Did you hear what I just said? Okay. Somebody asked, like, who is Victoria? Why do we hate her? And they said, okay, short story is, she's a child groomer who was grooming her husband since he was 16 while she was still married to her ex-husband, her now ex-husband, who of which wasn't my first cheating incident because I also had another child while married to him. And
I don't know how much people in our lives better than us.
right.
Because I know that you really twist anything said to you in order to victimize
Let me slow it down. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make it that fast.
yourself. That's not all the way incorrect, right? That's not all the way incorrect. You did meet your husband when you say that he was 16.
He was.
But we're going to get to that later on.
But if we all just want to be informed one more time, okay, there's 68 of you in here and only 5 talking. I did, in fact, meet my husband, like, as if I learned his name, and he was 16 and hit me in the face with a football.
Math doesn't
Oh, I
math.
know, baby.
We're going to break
Math
down
doesn't
the
math.
stories that you posted when you just talk too much.
This
You
is
talk too
funny.
much. And I happen to know that entire timeline is fucked. So now I even question if you met him at 16.
I did not speak to him, other than him saying, oh shit, I'm sorry, my name's Nathan. I didn't have any more interactions with him until...
What do you mean what happened, Mimi? I know it does, Math. She doesn't have her dates right.
Remember that. That's important that she said that.
But anyway, yes, he hit me in the face with a football when he was 16. I knew his name then. I learned his name then, okay?
Yep.
I did not know his age even then, okay?
Nope.
And then, 2 years later...
So is that. You see, Victoria, one of my favorite things to do is to use your own words to make you look like the lawyer that you are.
I had split up with my husband at the time, my now ex-husband, and he was going through a split up, whatever, breakup with another girl that I knew. Girl, they need to be able to write a book. Like, some of the shit that they come up with is so interesting.
First, I did write a book, but second, what is there to come up with? That's
Thank
the story
you.
that you told.
What was that?
That's the story that you told. You posted a whole 8-part series all
I
over the
did.
place. And when somebody like me that
Hey,
actually has
thank you.
the dates that matter, right, takes it apart,
The
you look
dates that
even worse
matter.
because you've been lying about
She
it
doesn't
the
have
entire
any
time.
at all.
But yes, so after 2 years after that, I was going through separation, and as I was taking my children to the bus stop, Nathan was going through a breakup. I asked him if he was okay. I had actually knew just like very little, but had met the girl that he was breaking up with. Again, the reason red flags take it off in my mind is because she was my age, well, like a year younger, I think. But that was literally like a month or so before we started dating.
I've not watched. I didn't want to, but this is about my
This is
children.
gonna make you look really bad, Victoria.
They're gonna
So
make
that's
me
2
look
years
really
after
bad.
he hit me in the face with a football. I did not talk to him all that time, except for, maybe in passing. So
You weren't texting him?
Nope.
You weren't texting him
Nope.
over that time?
No,
Victoria?
he didn't have my phone number. How would have texted me?
well, how in the fuck I groomed him? I guess you can groom people with your mind. I don't know. It's just stupid that these people make up this lie to try to degrade me. It's defamation is what it is.
Yep.
No, that's not defamation.
Yes, it is.
Victoria, he was a minor. When you both met him and started dating him, you were a 22-year-old woman with 2 kids when he hit you with the football, right? That's your words.
What?
That's your words.
No.
So when you started,
Hold on. With 2 kids. 6 years. I'm divorced from my first husband, not Nathan. Okay. My kids. I need a pen and a piece of paper. Oh, no. I don't. Give me 2 seconds. No, because when we got together, 2 years after that, I had all 4 of my children. And Chloe, so no, I don't know what month he hit me in the face with a football, but no, I had 3 children at least, if not 4. My oldest child is 21. But so that is still incorrect. Let's listen to what she said again because,
when
yeah.
he hit you with the football, right? He was a minor.
I guess you can groom people with your mind. I don't know. It's just stupid that these people make up this lie to try to degrade me. It's defamation is what it is.
No, that's not defamation, Victoria. He was a minor. When you both met him and started
Sounds like
dating
defamation to
him, you
me.
were a 22-year-old woman with 2 kids when he hit you with the football, right?
No.
That's your...
No. What did she say? Oh. I don't fucking care. We all do that. What was that question? I'm sorry. I'm starting to date. And y'all started dating when he was 18. Yes, technically it was a week or 2 before his 18th birthday when we started talking. But yes. No. I was 24. What the fucking hell is wrong with this? I was 24 in 2010 when we started dating. That's whatever. God dang, she's got this all fucked up.
That's your words.
No.
So when you started dating him, by your story, he was 17. You would have been 23.
Okay, so now I'm 23. No.
That's normal behavior to you? That's weird because in your 8-part series, you say you wouldn't be okay with it if it were your kid. But you did it to somebody else's?
It's a lie.
It's not a lie, though.
It is a lie, though.
It's not a lie.
I was 24.
After I play the clips that you told.
My birthday is in 1986. Y'all do the math. If you want to, yes. See? But yeah. What are we? 2010 minus 1986. I was 24, not 22. And I had 3 to 4 children when I got hit in the face with the football. In 2000 and it would have been 2008, and Chloe was born in 2008. Yeah, she says that right there doesn't, you're Gucci with that. But had they been a year and a day younger, it wouldn't be good no more. Yeah, I'm 30. I haven't had a birthday yet. So I'm 38 right now. I'll be 39 in June. See?
People with a little bit of context, and I break down that timeline that you gave. So it's not a lie.
Yes, it
not
is.
A lie.
It's a
and
lie.
The fact that you try to excuse it is wild to me.
The fact that
His
you're
girlfriend
so
was
fucking
deceased.
wrong
He always had a little
is
kid.
wild
When you
to me.
talked to him, his age never came up. He looked like this, Victoria.
Happy
and his age never
birthday.
came up. That's what you're going with? Is this a joke? He looks like a baby, Victoria.
Okay, cool.
So that's bullshit.
I didn't even know my husband when
Didn't see it that way.
He was talking to the other girl, or they were breaking up, or whatever.
He's
At that point, I still
30,
did not know his age.
33?
I assumed over the years that I had seen him, not talked to, seen him.
I'm 39. So, I mean, I'm 38. See, you messed me up. He's 32. He'll be 33 in November.
I assumed the young boy that he was bringing to the park with him, that was my children's age.
Aw, birthday twins.
I assumed that was his child because he always had the child with him. Always.
Just does.
If I saw a kid walking around looking like this, and this is 2010, so it's a couple of years later, right? If I saw this person walking around with a little kid, I would think it was his little brother. You're a liar. Put two together, right? I've not dated since I was like 15 years old. So like,
This is
for not knowing, I
ridiculous.
should have asked the little fucker his age because he sure the fuck wasn't giving up that information. He knew obviously that I wasn't fucking 18. I had 4 children, but he still pursued me, not the other way around. Do you know how many people that are groomers or pedophiles have used that exact phrase, Victoria?
Okay, but that's
It
not
doesn't matter
me.
that you're still married to him.
It
Because
doesn't
as
matter,
you
y'all.
assume here, the people in your life think that you're trauma bonded. So that doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter.
I'm going skydiving
The point
too.
of the fact remains, he was a minor. You were coming out of a marriage with 4
He was
children
19
at that point.
we're
You
about to
have
get to this,
nothing
but he
in
was born
common with a
1992.
fucking high schooler.
And when I found out finally, after like a month of talking to you, that, and I mean talking to him in like a friendship way, I did discover his age and that he was less than a month away from being 18. Still weird. I was like, hell no. I stopped messaging him and everything, but we had developed a really good relationship at that point.
Hold on.
Develop a really good relationship, friendship, if you will.
He's so silly. Right, exactly. Sorry, I had to do that.
A friendship way. I did discover his age and that he was less than a month away from being 18. Still weird. I was like, hell no. I stopped messaging him and everything, but we had to.
Oops.
Developed a really good relationship at that point.
How'd you develop a really good relationship, friendship, if you will, if you weren't talking to him?
I was talking to him during that time.
You don't realize you do this, and it's so fucking embarrassing.
It's so
But
fucking
it gets
embarrassing
worse.
that you don't understand.
It's so
Okay,
strange.
so what she's not understanding, and when I'm saying that I did not talk to him for that 2 years, the 2-year gap, because I didn't. He didn't have my phone number. I didn't have his. I talked to him in passing. That's it. When I'm saying that we started to develop a friendship, a connection, it was from the time that he gave me his phone number at the bus stop, which was maybe a month or 2 before Well, it was probably a month before we started dating. Not this 2 years. How in the fuck she doesn't understand that? I don't know. Oblivious to me. This is the most wrong I've ever seen her. And it's insane. Because I'm tired of other people believing it. That's why.
You keep adding details on thinking that it's making you look better, but it's making you look worse. Because, God, Victoria, this is why people call you a liar, okay?
Hold on really quick, guys. I gotta turn. Hold on really quick, guys. I gotta turn on the. Hold on really quick, guys. I gotta turn on. Guys, I gotta turn on the. Okay, sorry, guys. All right.
If you didn't think there was something wrong with it. No accountability, though, right? No, none of
I'm
that.
confused. Is her and her husband still... Yes, me and my husband are still
My first
together.
husband obviously still were not married at that time. After, we had the kids.
Because they
He was
they want to be up my ass.
like 5 or 6 months old. Something like that. When Mackenzie was about
So
5 or 6
did
months
you?
old,
I did.
I arrived at his house because I used to take Mackenzie and go stay.
I had Mackenzie at 17. I had Jaden at 18. I had Jacob at 20. Chloe at 22. Eliza at 27. Zachariah at 29. And Owen at 35? 33? 34? Yeah.
His house, of which he still lived with his parents because we were still teenagers.
I want y'all to keep
And
the
I
things
don't
that
know,
she just said.
I don't know why she plays that, but I'm not talking about him right there. I'm talking about my ex-husband right there. But she plays a clip from something totally different. It has nothing to do with Nathan at all.
In your minds for this, what I'm about to play. This is an 8-part series that Victoria posted telling her and Nathan's love story. Okay? I'm going to provide
F7.
a breakdown of her timeline as it plays. You'll see, but remember the things that she said in the live that we just played.
I knew this was going to happen. See, as some of y'all are interested in our love story, our story period, others like to twist it to make it into their own.
Make it into their own or provide the fact that he was a fucking minor and you were a grown-ass woman.
God damn.
That's just the truth of it.
He was
Victoria,
literally a minor
you
by a
can't get
couple of
mad
days.
that people are unclear because
So-
you've given several.
Had I waited 3 days, 4 days, whatever, in the day of his birthday, you mean to tell me that they still wouldn't be talking shit? Yeah, right.
Accounts
Yeah,
of
right.
meeting him, adding, sprinkling in new details every single time. You can't get mad at that.
Here's our story once again. Oh yeah, make fun of me for that too. So the other day, Nathan was on my live, and somebody asked him, or maybe he just said it, about how we met. So, how we met, guys. Once upon a time.
Once upon a
I
time,
used to
not
live
long
in,
ago, I was
a government housing apartment complex here in town. Because I was a teen mom, and I had 2 kids at the time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Words. Too many words, girl. 2 kids at the time, right? Your oldest, dated
No.
Some
Okay, listen to this.
every single time. You can't get mad.
Oh yeah, make fun of me. How we met, guys. Once upon a time. No. I used to live in a government housing apartment complex here in town. Because I was a teen
Hey,
mom,
girl.
and I had 2 kids at the time.
Words. Too
Had
many words,
another.
girl. 2 kids at the time, right? Your oldest, date of birth, December 4th, 2004. Okay.
No, December 3rd, 2003.
Okay. Second oldest, date of birth, 6/15/05. Remember that, y'all.
So when we first
Remember the misinformation. No, second kid, June 13th, 2005. Remember that. It's crucial to know that she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about. Like, this is insane. I've
lived in
never.
over there, Jay was a little baby, and Kinsey was coming up on 2 years old, like
Got it.
a couple months away from it. And at that time, I was still with Jaden's biological father.
Not the man that she was married to. Dead.
Okay.
Okay? Remember that. That child has a different father.
We lived
Yes.
in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
This is going to be long, but part 2 will be 3 minutes.
What does that have to
Let's
do
go.
with
So like I
anything?
said, I'd moved to a government-subsidized housing as a teen mom. My first time living outside of my parents' or grandparents' home. It was just me, my girls, and for a little bit, Jaden's biological father. Well, to speed up things, some of y'all know the story, some of you don't. It's irrelevant to this, but it ended up me and that person split up.
What do you mean?
And the other children's biological father.
I'm correcting this disgusting law or disgusting video that has a couple of things right in it, but most of it isn't. But again, I'm not going to get an apology. Or this what we're remembering. What, honey? What do you mean, Jamie? Oh, it's just that hold on. I'm explaining it as I go. Yeah, my kids' birthdays are December 3rd, 2003 and June 13th, 2005. But she says it wrong.
We reconnected, got together, and ended up pregnant with Jacob.
Oh, you're fine.
Government housing, boys and girls can't be in the same room, or you can't have more than 2 children in the same room. So we upgraded to 3 bedrooms.
Not paying attention
Had
to me
Jacob,
at all.
And 2 years later, here comes Chloe. So when we lived in 3 bedrooms, right outside our back door was the playground. So I always sat outside on my back porch and watched the kids and whatnot.
4 kids at this point. All right? Remember that.
And sometimes I had another friend that lived or talk to them while our kids play. One day I was with mine.
4 kids at this point. All right? Remember that.
And sometimes I had another friend that lived facing the playground. I would sit over there, talk to them while our kids play. One day I was sitting on her porch talking to her and watching the kids play, and lo and behold, Mr. Nathan, who I had only seen a handful of times, but he always had this little boy with him at the playground as well. Nathan was throwing football with the kids, and the little boy that he threw the football to jumped up, couldn't catch the ball went over that little boy and bam, smacked me in my face. Nathan likes to tell people I caught the football with my face. Okay.
According to her, he's 16 at that moment.
He is.
Remember that.
He
Okay?
is.
Okay, now, this is the part of the story. People get confused because we don't always tell.
So when he missed and hit me in the face with the football, well, the other kid didn't catch it. He was 16. I was married and had 4 children. I could have possibly had 3. I don't know the month. I don't remember the month. It was warm, clearly, but I don't know if Eliza was, or if Chloe was born yet. She was born into the, well, yeah. No, I had to have had 4 because I wasn't pregnant. So, yeah, I did have 4 kids.
That time gap in between because
Yeah.
it's really irrelevant.
That's the point.
That must be why you lied. Either here or in the other one. But either way, your timeline completely fucked.
How is my
But
timeline
let's break it down
fucked?
for you. Like I said, when
Can y'all see how my timeline's fucked right now? Like, I'm very serious. I'm so being honest, or so being for real right now. Can you see a mess up in the timeline yet? I'm so fucking confused.
and I caught the football with my face, Nathan was 16 years old. Did I know that? Absolutely not. And at that point in time, it didn't really matter to me. I was still with my then husband.
Got it.
And again, since it didn't matter, I never thought to ask. But he did always have this young man with him at the playground, playing with all the other kids. That young man was really, really close to Jacob's age. So yes, Nathan and this young man were always pretty close to us because Jacob and that little boy would play. But again, I just assumed Nathan was that boy's child.
Again, I'm going to show this picture.
I said it
This picture
backwards.
was taken in 2010, and Nathan was born in 1990. So if this was before that,
Oh,
he looked older
and-
than this.
And Nathan was born in 1990, guys. I showed her a picture of his ID. But if that's not enough proof that the man's birthday, and last time she said it was like 94 or something.
That boy's father, but it didn't matter because I was married. I didn't pay that close of attention. Okay, now from that time when I met Nathan, he hit me on Facebook football. He came over.
Oh, I know.
He checked on me. Hi, my name's Nathan. Sorry, blah blah blah. Going to part 3. Dun, 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 part 3. A story time of my Nathan's love story / just story with a little bit of backstory. Okay, so I left off where Nathan actually introduced himself to I caught the football with my face. So from that point, over the next few years, yes, I seen him.
Over the next few years?
Yeah, over the next few years. Yes.
But he was 16 when he hit you in the face with the football, and you had all 4 kids at that point?
Yes.
Is that what you're going with?
Yes.
Talked in passing. He was friends with a couple of the other.
Nathan was 16 in 2008. I need a pen instead of this pencil because it's going to drive me crazy. Nathan was 16 in 2008. Okay? Chloe was born in 2008. Chloe is the youngest of my oldest 4 children, of which I had with my ex-husband. Well, one of them did not. So, again, 2008. Nathan is 16. The kids, I have 4 kids. And I would have been 22.
People that I spoke to, then me and my first husband. No, I'm sorry, they didn't start there. They have been there, whatever. Something really big
I'm
happened in
just
our
correcting
relationship,
misinformation.
And, I ended things. Now, this is again where people get confused.
We're so
when
dumb
Nathan
right
hit me
now.
in the face with a football, Chloe
Okay,
was a
baby.
newborn. She was just born. This is a new baby. Me and my first husband are starting going through a divorce.
Nathan wasn't born in 1990. His birthday's 92. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think I may have deleted it. Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think I may have deleted it. Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I think I may have deleted it. Oh, shit. Hold on. I did. I did show his license and mine. And she's still going on. She even says it at the end of this video. No, she said 1990. His birthday is 92. Damn it. I don't have a nowhere, but November, sorry. 11/13/92. Hey, love, I said, okay, I misspoke. But she said 1990. And it's not 1990, it's 92. She says that. Or did I say that, or was I saying it like sarcastically because that's what she said? Do you know? Sorry, guys. Hold on. No, okay. All right. I'm so sorry. Okay, I misspoke. I'm sorry. His birthday is 92. Yes.
Go.
Yeah, because my birthday is 86, and he is 6 years younger than me. Yeah, I was. I wrote that down. In 2008, I had 4 children. As long as it was after August, I had 4 children. I was 22 and he was 16. Yeah. All right, hold on, guys. One more second. Give me 1 second. I'm doing this. If y'all have a question while I'm logging in, stop. Let me know. We've been together 15 years. What do you mean so even younger? I don't understand what you're saying. What do you mean by that? So even younger? Come on. I'm pulling it up. I'm sorry, guys. There it goes. Okay. I'm back.
Just a little bit of an update. As you do this, and it's so fucking embarrassing. But it gets worse. Victoria, it doesn't matter that you're still married to him.
What were we at?
The fact that you try to excuse it is work. You don't realize you do this, and it's so fucking embarrassing.
Okay, here we go. I got it.
But it gets worse. It's so strange.
No.
Details on
See, that's the thing. That's the thing that keeps getting twisted. I should stop answering it like that. No. When I learned his name, when he hit me in the face with a football, he was 16 and I was 22. We did not start talking, dating, exchange phone numbers, anything until 2 years later. I was going through a divorce. Yeah. I just learned his name at 16. And then I seen him in passing at the bus stop. You're good. That's how people get this all distorted.
Making you look better, but it's making you look worse.
Okay,
because,
we're back.
God, Victoria, this is why people call you a liar, okay?
Right. This is why people call me a liar.
If you didn't think there was something wrong with it.
I didn't lie about it.
No accountability, though, right? No, none of that.
Friendship, and it was downhill from there. Me and my first husband obviously still were not married at that time. After, we had Mackenzie. When Mackenzie was,
Let's check it out.
like, 5 or 6 months old? Something like that.
8 months old.
He was about 5 or 6 months old. I arrived at his house because I used to take Mackenzie and go stay at his house, of which he still lived with his parents because we were still teenagers.
Oh, we did just listen to that.
Right. Yeah.
Stop.
Okay? Remember that. That child has a different father.
We lived in a 2-bedroom, a government subsidized house, and grandparents' home, biological father.
Sorry, I'm skipping to where we were.
In the same room, and or you can't have more than 2 children in the same room. Chloe. So I always
Fuck was we at, bro?
Now, this is again where people get confused. When Nathan hit me in the face with a football, Chloe was a newborn.
There you go.
Just born.
Chloe was a newborn.
Me and my first husband are starting going through a divorce, and she's 2. You see that number change there?
Yep.
You sure about that?
I am absolutely sure about that.
Sure about that?
Yes.
So you guys started having problems when
Yeah.
she was a baby. And
Y'all were sitting watching kids play on the playground. I don't know what you mean by that, but yes, I was watching my children play on the playground.
and then when she was 2, y'all separate. But there's not 2 years.
Yes, there is.
You being public about dating Nathan and him being 16 and hitting you with the football. You were out dating Nathan and him tween when she
Is she okay?
When she was a baby and then when she was
We became public in 2010 when we got together, when he was 18. 2 years before that, he was 16. There is 2 years there. Like, what does she mean? There's not 2 years there. Anybody else understand? Like, I'm being so fucking for real.
2, y'all separate. But there's not 2 years between you being public about dating Nathan and him being 16 and hitting you with the football. You realize that, right? Probably not. You probably don't. You will now.
Okay, so we always leave.
How
those
will I
2 years out
now?
because there's nothing in there. I met him then.
Like, am I missing
And
something?
then, yes, we talk in passing over the next 2 years.
Remember, she said that because it's not going to make sense.
But in those 2 years, there's nothing to talk about because I was married. I wasn't pursuing anything, nor anything
I'm
like
talking
that.
about this 2 years
But
in
Me
between.
and my first husband start going through a divorce. Obviously, I'm taking the kids to the bus stop. I look a hot mess. I haven't slept all night. I'm crying, or look like I've been crying. And Nathan starts talking to me.
It's
"Hey, are you
insane.
okay?" As we were both at the bus stop putting children on
But
the
she's
bus.
credible.
So he'd be 19 then, right?
This is satire, right? This is satire. She's just acting like she's lost her whole goddamn mind. I don't. It's the episode 7. Because she wants it to be her business. Absolutely. But again, how is he 19 now? He was 16 and then now he's 19 all of a sudden, but there's not been 2 years. Yeah, it is. But it's okay. So she said he's 16, but there's not been 2 years, but now he's 19.
Hi, bye, see you later.
What?
Like, there was nothing.
This
For a
is so
couple of
weird.
weeks. Hell, it
So
may
strange.
have been longer than that. But anyway, each day he asks me how I am and are you okay? You know, he's just checking on me.
I think she's finally
he
just
gets on the bus. I go back home.
jumped off the loony
a few
bin.
months into this of him checking on me, basically
It's a
every
video
day,
somebody
he
made about
finds
me
out
because
that
they
him and
know
his
my
family
life
are
better
moving.
than I do.
But according to the story that you're telling, he would have been over 18.
No.
But now you're adding more time on.
What?
And we know that you started dating him at 17.
I'm going to go back a little bit because what?
Came up. That's what you're saying.
But he finds out him and his family are moving, and he asks me for my phone number. Yeah, sure. I'll give you my phone number. Like, we're
I gave
friends.
you my phone
I
number.
didn't want me and my first husband had been together
Yeah.
since I was 16 years old, minus the little bit of time that I was with Jaden's father. But, like, I consistently basically been with this man for ever since I was a kid. I didn't know how to date. I didn't know how to flirt.
What do you mean she's going off my video? I didn't add a year in there. Like, listen, I don't add a year.
To other people, for that matter.
Maybe you should have tried somebody your own age. Not legitimately taken off a fucking playground. But didn't you say in the live before that was playing before this monstrosity of justifications, excuses, and straight fucking lies, didn't you say that you didn't talk to him in between? So I'm a little confused.
Okay.
Which one is it?
So, again, I know she's confused. It's so sad how confused she is. But I did not speak to him during the 2 years. Me talking about us texting and getting close is from, I just told you, when I gave him my phone number to when we started talking. Yeah, that's how she's doing it. It's not me. When he was 16, he hit me in the face with a football. Then I seen him in passing for a couple of years. I spoke to him at the bus stop. And I was getting divorced from my first husband.
Is the honest
I know you
version.
are. I know you
Whatever.
are.
He finds out they're moving. He asks me for my phone number. I give him my phone number. And we start texting back and forth, which actually made it a little bit more awkward. Like, I didn't talk to him as much at the bus stop once I gave him my phone number. Let's go to part 3. It's much needed time.
Okay,
with
look what.
Vibey. So, part 4, story time of mine and Nathan's meeting, love story, with a little bit of backstory. So, like, when I left off, Nathan had asked me for my phone number, and because I get kind of awkward, and again, I didn't know how to be in a relationship. I had never been in one since I was a kid, a new relationship. When
He was
started
16 when I
texting him, it
learned
made
his
things
name,
awkward,
yes.
So I started talking to him less in person. That sounds
Put it like this. I run into you at Target. And we're like we bump carts. And I'm like, oh, hey, so sorry. Hi, my name's Victoria. And then we see each other at Target a couple more times, but we just hi and keep walking over the next couple of years. But then a couple of years later, we're like, you know what? We've seen each other so much, and I kind of think you're cool. You want to start coming hanging out? That's exactly what happened. Like, I don't understand.
It's really weird now, but whatever. So yes, then his occasional like checking up on me at the bus stop turned into him texting me throughout the day. Like, hey, what are you doing? Nothing, just doing such and such with one of the kids. Very random. It was an all day, but it was getting more frequent. Now again, we've finally been talking for a couple of months.
Thank you.
And yeah, I was starting to kind of like him.
At this point, you're talking for a few months. You're starting to like him. Your youngest child at that point is 2, which would now make Nathan around 19 and a half.
When my youngest at the time, so my 4th, which is Chloe, when she was 2, do y'all hear how stupid this is? Thank you. When Chloe was born in 2008. I didn't see him getting on the bus. No. He was, but after I left, we put the elementary school kids on the bus first, and then I was going home. But she's saying Chloe was 2, so that made him 19. That's not true.
Right?
No.
You didn't realize that the story was there's so many holes in it.
If you're going by Chloe,
well, you were clearly not.
so you have 2 kids
maybe
in.
you would have tried
No,
to
Chloe is my
clean it up
2008.
or make it. Maybe that's why you changed the details, huh? Because did you realize, listening back to this, how off it is and how it legitimately
Yes, she does.
proves that you're lying?
She said last time she said he was born in 90. 93, I think. She made him a year younger, yes. And then, but now she's saying he was born in 90. I showed her a copy of his license. Okay, so you said you talked for a couple of months. We did start dating, yes. From your ex. What? Okay. Yes, Chloe's the youngest from my ex in 2008. Mackenzie is 2003. Jaden is 2005. Jacob is 2006. Chloe is 2008. And then you skip down to my Nathan's kids, which are 13, 15, and 20. I'm sorry.
About it.
If you think you
quite some time.
ask a question.
Asking this man his age was not what I thought to do first.
Nope, not me either.
Asking his age is not what you thought to do first. Isn't that like the first question that
Maybe it is for y'all. I don't know.
when
I
dating
didn't think
or
about it.
finding a new
I hadn't
love
dated
interest?
in God knows
Isn't
how
that
long.
the first question?
Technically, I don't really
That's
think I've
pretty
ever have
much
dated.
Usually, but not you.
Not really.
In my eyes, he had a child that
Yep.
was close to my second to the youngest child.
So y'all were talking all this time.
Nope.
Months, you say in one clip. Weeks, you say in another clip. Not at all, you say in another clip. Y'all were talking that whole time. And it never came up that he was 16. And I use quotes, okay? Because we'll get
Hold
to
on.
that. But, and you didn't know that that wasn't his kid? In all that texting?
No, didn't
And
ask.
let me just add, by this time, Jacob was 4.
So Jacob would have been 4 in 2010?
No. In 2010, Jacob. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. In 2004 or in 2010, Jacob would be 4. His birthday's 2006.
Because that's when you went public on Facebook.
Yeah.
And you just went public like just as you met him?
What?
Does that make sense to you? Do you realize that the entire thing that you are saying, it just doesn't fit? Do you realize that?
I did think it was his kid.
We know that y'all went public on your relationship in 2010.
Okay.
We know that you were married in 2014. Do you realize that when somebody actually stops and listens to this story with a little bit of the facts, it doesn't fit, Victoria?
But you don't have the facts.
child that I thought was Nathan's was 3.5.
Hold the
How old is he now?
hold the front door.
That he was 16, and I use quotes, okay?
He was.
Because we'll get to that. But, and you didn't know that that wasn't his kid?
No.
In all that texting?
4.
So Jacob would have been 4 in 2010?
Yes, he was 4 in 2010.
Because that's when you went public on Facebook. And you just
Thank
went
you.
public like just as you met him?
I don't understand that either. Why does it matter?
Does that make sense to you? Do you realize that the
To anybody else
entire
understand why
thing
she's saying that?
that you are saying, it just doesn't fit? Do you realize
How does it not fit?
We know that y'all went public on your relationship in 2010, right?
Because that's when we
We
started
know
talking.
that you were married in 2014. Do you realize that when somebody actually stops and listens to this story with a little bit?
We know that you went public in 2010. We know that you got married in 2014. That doesn't even make sense. How does that not make sense, bro? Am I missing something? Am I missing something?
Of the facts, it doesn't fit, Victoria.
Which meant the
Where does
child
what
that
not
I
fit?
thought was Nathan's was 3.5-ish.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
My son's age.
How old is he now?
My son's age.
And I would like to add, like, during this time, I had never
Hey.
really lived alone. I know I wouldn't have been alone, but I would have had the kids. But I had not lived with another or without another adult, and I was really, really scared of that. So, like, my sister came and stayed with me for a little bit, and she was pregnant. And then when my sister left, my best friend at the time, who happened to be another male, he came and stayed with me for a little bit too. Again, he was my best friend. It wasn't anything like that. Now, I won't lie, we had messed around, but at this point, me and Nathan weren't serious. But
We weren't even
that
really
does change.
talking.
I don't know what that had to do with anything. Just seems like over-explaining.
Okay.
Which you do rather
Okay.
often.
It doesn't matter.
But real quick, how far apart in years is your oldest and your youngest from your previous marriage?
21 to 2003 to 2008. 5 years.
Just wondering.
5 years.
Because this doesn't fit, Victoria.
How does it not fit?
The math ain't mathin'.
What math ain't
any which way
mathin'?
You try to put it. The math, it doesn't.
How old was Jacob when Nathan was backwards? Nathan's birthday is. Jacob is. Oh, I'm so stupid. I did that ass backwards. $14, which would have made him 12 when Chloe was born. I mean, when he was 14 when Jacob was born. He was 13 when Jay was born, and he would have been 12 and a half-ish when Mackenzie was born. Which makes sense. I was 16 or 17 when I had her.
Younger, when he hit you in the face with the football,
No,
it doesn't work.
it does.
Because
How?
What we know.
Somebody
is
help
the
me
kids' ages.
understand this.
And the ages that you said in here, it doesn't fit, Victoria.
How does it
doesn't.
not?
So something's off.
Yeah, your whole
And I
timeline
think
is
that
off.
You're gonna tell me exactly. Especially people with contacts like your kids' ages and dates of birth.
Except for
okay?
you don't have their
Because
ages
knowing
correct.
That story is fucking embarrassing.
But anyway, and the last one I left off that
Hold on. Do y'all hear what she just said about herself? Hold on. This is kind of funny.
And dates of birth, okay? But with contacts.
that's going around about
This
me
is funny.
once again.
This is why people have bullshit, especially people with contacts like your kids' ages
Like,
and dates of birth.
especially people with context. Your kids' ages and dates of birth that she does not have. And she's pretending like she has every single bit of it.
Okay? Because knowing that,
No.
that story is fucking embarrassing.
And knowing that you think it's embarrassing is so fucking embarrassing to you because you have no idea what you're talking
Anyway,
about.
and the last one
But
I
okay.
left off that there was these two little
But no,
girls.
I haven't got
One
rid of them
lived
yet,
there.
baby. Are you
One was
local?
just really good friends with that one. And the one that lived there most definitely looked at me as her big sister. Like, she was always at my house. Her mom was a severe turn trying to get me. Nothing.
How old is he at this point in time? How old was he?
I flipped the hell now. Like, you. She's only ever seen him. Any children that were older than him or looked older than him.
Okay, baby.
But that's because his sister didn't live with them. And the child that I
I'm
thought
just
was
explaining
Nathan's was
why I
Nathan's
thought
sister's,
his
and
nephew
his
was
mom
his.
had custody of him at the time.
So y'all were texting for months, weeks. I don't know. The timeline is all fucked. So y'all were talking for a long time, but it never came up that wasn't
No.
his kid?
No.
But she was like, yes, this,
Oh, girl, that would be a
he's
lie.
He's not grown. So whatever, she stays there, she talks to me for a little bit, and I'm sitting here like, what am I gonna do? What? He's not.
The right thing to do would have been cut it the fuck off. As
Well,
a
I didn't.
full-grown
Damn.
adult woman coming out of divorce with 4 fucking kids. You should have cut it off.
Anyway, I didn't message him, and he messaged back because I just didn't know what to not tell me how talk to me.
At this point in time, he's still a minor.
Okay.
Victoria.
But a second ago, he was
He was still a
19.
minor.
But a second ago, he was 19.
It
So is he a
doesn't
minor or is he
matter.
19?
What else is the case here?
She's
Okay?
going like
He
this.
was
Like this is the fuckiest up
Full
teeter-totter I've ever been on.
Stop. A minor.
So yeah,
He was a minor. A minor, guys. A minor. Hold on. Let's look at this really quick. Okay. Oop. So, October 20th, 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks. So he was a minor for 3 weeks. No, I did not go to prom with him. He asked me to, and no.
at this point, he was a few months away from turning.
I did go to his graduation.
So, Nathan was born in 1990.
No, he
would've
wasn't.
turned
Nathan was not born in 1990.
18 in 2008,
He turned 18 in 2010.
right? And Jacob was 4?
Jacob was 4 in 2010.
Do you see why this doesn't make sense?
Yes, because you have all your shit fucked up.
And then,
This is so like she normally has her shit together at least a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong, I've corrected a lot of shit on her other videos, but she dropped the whole ass ball on this
2010,
one.
he was 20.
I understand though, because she's like burnt out. She's been talking about me for almost a year now. What are we at?
What
We're
years
at
were your kids born,
April.
Victoria?
My kids were, oh, she just asked when my kids were born. My kids were born, their birthdays are 12/3/03, 6/13/05, 8/9/06, 8/14/13, 8/4, oh, I skipped one, 8/4/08, 8/14/13, 7/22/15, and 5/12/20. There's my kids' birthdays.
Because according to this story that you just told, it doesn't make sense. Do you understand that?
Because it's
As
not.
much as I liked him, and as much as we were super,
You have to be around somebody to groom them, A, and I wasn't. And B, I was a married woman. I wasn't around them at all.
and he was just an amazing person in general, especially
What
like.
I know, that's what I'm
I
saying,
guess the
Jamie.
biggest thing that drew me into him was he checked on me.
Yep, he
no
cared.
one ever.
He
checked
gave a
on me.
shot.
Like, not
Oops.
my family, no one. So obviously that made me feel loved and wanted.
It was a minor.
We're so stuck. Stop.
Really amazing person.
But according to you, you were only talking for a few months and
Okay.
years, and none of it made it's your own admission. You started dating him a few months before he turned 17. So none of this.
No. A few months before he turned 17? No. 3 weeks before he turned 18.
Makes
I think she meant 18 though.
Victoria, okay? Aside from the fact that you say a month before he turns 18, and that's not correct either.
Yes, it is.
And because
And the fucked up thing is, if his birthday was in 1990 and you made him 2 years older, that means when we got together in 2010, he would have been 20, not 18. So what the fuck? You meant to make him 2 years younger, and you fucked up. You fucked up. That's what happened. That's what happened.
There was some. Nathan was going over there, but
He was a minor.
I don't.
from turning 8.
Right?
Now, one of the comments that I read on the disgusting post that people are making about me was that Nathan was 16 when we met and I didn't care.
Technically, according to you, that's correct. So why is it disgusting? He was a minor. Victoria, he was a minor. And I don't believe a fucking word of this because I know.
You shouldn't
how
believe
old
a word
children
that's
are.
coming out of your
I
own
know
damn mouth.
their dates of birth, and that's
No, you don't know their dates of birth. That's That's what's fucking you up,
Did you at
broski.
least wait until he was 18? You bet your sweet ass I did.
Yeah, we don't need to talk about that.
8. Age.
Whoops. Hold on, I'm trying to.
Not over 6 years difference. So over the next few months, like a month and a half, me and Nathan did get very, very close. We spoke every day. He was coming over the house, hanging out with me and
Bless
the kids,
you.
yada, yada, yada. And
Cover your mouth.
I stuck to my guns. Fast forward, his 18th birthday comes along. And
We've been
had a
together
house
for
full
15
of
years.
people.
Morning.
I threw him his first ever birthday party.
Don't you do it now, darling.
Hold on.
Don't you do it.
I'm looking.
I made him his favorite dinner. Like, we had fun. We turned on music. Yeah. Anyway,
The minor.
Nathan's room, and lo and behold, the song birthday. Morning. It's
You look really bad. True. You people see this episode, it's gonna make you look really bad.
But it doesn't
what
because
you
you're
said
wrong.
In any instance cannot be true. Mathematically, it cannot be the factual truth. It can't be. It doesn't fit. It doesn't work.
Actually,
Math
it does.
is
If you
always going to be math.
math is
Victoria.
always going to be math. No
although
shit.
Our relationship did not start in one of the most best ways.
So
I most definitely.
I've got to get off here
am
so I
not
can
a
call my husband.
groomer.
But yeah, like we should most definitely. I want her to make me like a diagram, but it sounds to me like she fucked up and she made him. She was trying to make him 2 years younger, and she accidentally made him 2 years older because she said about the whatever that he shouldn't. I shouldn't have been dating him. When Jacob was 4 or whatever. He was born in 1990, but blah, 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 blah. That would have made him 20 when we started dating. Nathan turned 18 in 2010. November 13th, 2010. Why are you on hold? I was about to call you back, baby. Our anniversary, our dating anniversary, is 10/20/2010, 3 weeks before his 18th birthday. And again, in the great state of Kentucky, although I don't really agree with it, 16 is the age of consent. We did not do anything before he turned 18. But I got to get off here so I can call my husband, and I got a lot of shit to get done anyway. But yeah, y'all go tell her, make me a diagram. I want to see. I want to see how my husband's birthday is in when did you get a divorce? For my first husband, I got a divorce. Actually, I couldn't file for the divorce until after Eliza was born because, again, great state of Kentucky, you can't get a divorce while you're pregnant. So we tried to file while I was pregnant. It didn't go through, so we had to wait until after I had her. And then I was able to get a divorce, and we got married. We got married in 2014. But all right, y'all. I'll holler at everybody later. Bye.